Thank you for staying for the AM News. Let's start from the Obuasi Municipal Education Directorate, which has been recording high absenteeism among girls during the period of menstruation. Now, the number continues to surge due to the rise in cost of sanitary pads. Municipal Education Director George Alfred Kumsin says the challenge puts girls in a disadvantageous position. Nanaya Ojima has more in the following report.
In Ghana, sanitary pads are subject to 20% luxury tax and 12.5% in value-added tax. This has contributed to hike in prices of sanitary pads, making it inaccessible for girls from poor homes. For this reason, most female students in their menses are forced to absent themselves from school, negatively affecting their studies. George Alfred Kumsin is Obuasi Municipal Education Director.
It is not all the girls who have money to buy pads when they menstruate, and some of them resort to using unclean materials during their menstruation. And some girls, when they menstruate, because they don't have the pads, some of them take excuses to go home. Others feel shy and they are not able to say, so they saw themselves in school.
To deal with the challenge, the Rotary Club of Obuasi has established a pad bank. This is in partnership with other non-governmental organizations, including the Self-Love Foundation, Girls Shall Grow, and Gold City Mummies. A member of the Rotary Club, Delphine Boglovo, believes establishing a pad bank where philanthropists can regularly donate will ensure sustainable supply of sanitary pads.
When we do the one time off, some of the girls we give them, they don't really need it because their parents can't afford it. But we have girls who are really in need and cannot afford a sanitary pad. So the pad bank has been established and launched today. Now the girl child coordinators in the various schools in Obuasi and its surrounding will identify these needy students and then will come and withdraw pads from the pad bank periodically.
The executive director of Girls Shall Grow, Louisa Amwa, called on government to intervene in making sanitary pads accessible to girls, especially those from deprived communities. She said it is unacceptable to have girls skip school during menstruation.
We believe that the government can come in to support by taking taxes off the sanitary pads. At least once the taxes have been taken off, it's going to come at a lower cost for them to be able to afford.
For Joy News, Nanaya Ojima.
Next story, the Central Regional Branch of the NDC is cautioning the governing NPP not to indulge in vote buying in the upcoming Asin North by-election. Central Regional Chairman of the NDC, Richard Kofi Asiedu, says the people of Asin North cannot be starved of development for 2 years only to be splashed with money during the time of voting.
Revolution has a long way to go, but a time to stay.
The Central Region Executive will not be intimidated by the act of the MPP. We all saw what happened at Ikumewu. I was there myself, and I realized what was going on was unwholesome. It was not holy at all. Blatant sharing of money. Openly. In fact, I was worried because I was a polling agent at one of the polling stations. I was forced to abandon the place because it was not what Ghana should be by now. We are not in monocracy. And if they are saying they are extending same to the Central Region, then we are sorry for them. We will not allow anybody to share money openly. That way it will not happen. So if you have money to share, better share it before the day. Else, we will not allow, because it is against the electoral laws of this country, to influence somebody with money. And if they have their men to also challenge us, we are telling them that we also have men. And for Central Region, for the first time, we have one of the most youngest region executives who are ready to defend our rights in every manner. And so therefore, if they think they are coming to have their way, like what happened at Kumewu, then they are joking. The Central Region person can analyze issues very well before voting. So if they are influencing them with money, we are going to influence their conscience with wisdom, words of wisdom. That will let them know that they have to vote for continuity of development. Now, MPP doesn't think about development anymore. Our MP has been in Parliament closely 2.5 years. And up to now, he has been paid his common fund, MP's common fund. We in the NDC believes that they have accumulated this common fund and are going to use it to influence voters. So we want to tell noble delegates, sensible, and people who are with wisdom in assaying of that, when such hooligans brings money, they should take it and vote against them.
Now, the Ghana Library Authority has trained young people in the Bono East region on the concept of entrepreneurship, the role of entrepreneurs in national economic development, business plan development, and financial management. The head of corporate affairs, Angela Osei-Jan, says this will encourage the youth to set up their own businesses to reduce unemployment. And Asabit has more.
The Entrepreneurship Reimagined program, organized by the Ghana Library Authority and supported by UNICEF and the Youth Employment Agency, seeks to support self-employment and self-scale entrepreneurship, as well as create and improve alternatives to wage employment. Speaking at the Bono East Regional event held at the Techiman Municipal Library, Head of Corporate Affairs at the Ghana Library Authority, Angela Osei-Jan, says the move will help provide the relevant resources to overcome the entrepreneurial knowledge gap.
As a dynamic institution like Ghana Library Authority, we are trying to solve community problems such as unemployment and underemployment. And so we are making this knowledge available to people who want to start their business or who want to have an extra source of income so that they can also get the knowledge and put it to use to benefit others and also take the weight of government. So we make these opportunities available for graduates, for students who are in the universities to also have a motivation to also set up their business and employ even their colleagues.
Regional Director of the Ghana Library Authority, Mrs. Charlotte Nsinya Tebiri, expressed satisfaction with the program and appealed for more of such engagements, adding that more needs to be done to help the youth create their own businesses.
As one of our resource persons said, most of the youth complete school and they're all looking for white-collar job. And this time we have come to realize that we cannot all get a white-collar job. The government cannot create employment for all of us. So there's the need for us to have our own businesses. How do we start our own business? How do we register our own businesses? And that is the essence of the entrepreneurship reimagined that we have today. I'm very excited. And I hope we could get more sponsors to organize more of these programs. They are excited and the interaction, people are asking questions. They are happy, they want to know more. What is it that somebody have to do to enter into business? Because we are all in, even those of us in a white-collar job, we still want to do something extra because we want to make it. So I'm very excited and I hope that I'll use this opportunity to appeal for more sponsors, that our youth need to be educated more. As we want to talk about entrepreneurship, or create your own job or own your own business, there's more to it to education and information.
Some of the participants lauded the organizers of the event and asked that the forum has provided them the opportunity to create their own businesses.
This program has really been informative in such a sense that some of us came with business idea, others had no business idea. But after this workshop, we've realized that when you have a business or business idea, there's a need for you to register the business. And the process to go about it, they've already informed us about that. And in addition to that, we have contact of other stakeholders that we can communicate with, so that in case of any challenges, we can go to them and they are willing to address the issues to us. So after this program, I'm sure that going out there, we are going to practicalize what you've done or what you've learned. And I can assure you that in the next 5 years, we have strong entrepreneurs.
My name is Asari Sandra, and this program is really educative and very informative, and it has really helped me a lot because I plan on doing a small business, starting a salon. So with this training and the kind kind of education given to us, it has really helped me a lot.
Reporting for Joy News, Anas Sabit, Tichima.
Let's head now to the northern region, where the regional minister, Shani Alhassan Shaibu, has indicated that the Social Cohesion Project, also known as SOCO, is a major game changer expected to drive the development of the northern regions of Ghana. He says projects under the scheme will bring development to beneficiary communities. Mr. Shaibu spoke at the opening ceremony of the Gulf of Guinea Northern Region's Social Cohesion Project Financial Management Training Workshop for relevant RCCs and MMDAs in Tamale.
The SOCO project is a $450 million World Bank support project expected to be implemented in Benin, Cote d'Ivoire, Togo, and Ghana. The government of Ghana's allocation is a total of $150 million credit facility. The project will support the northern parts of the Gulf of Guinea countries that have been affected by food insecurity, climate change, conflict, and violence. The Northern Regional Minister, Shani Alhassan Shaibu, said the development projects would include roads, chipped compounds, schools, markets, among others.
As you are aware, the project is expected to financial investment in some projects types like feeder roads, small air dams, boreholes, and social infrastructure such as markets, schools, complements of furniture, chips compounds, pharmacies, which impact directly on improving the lives of our people. Other investment areas are in ICT centers, recreational facilities such as AstroTurf and parks, information centers which are particularly targeted at the restive and vulnerable youth in these districts who are prime target of extremist ideas across the borders.
The Minister for Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development, Dan Kweku Yeboah, on his part said the project should not just be on paper, but there should be a reflection on the ground.
I'm sure many of you have said this. And that's what the minister was saying, that we are going to do this year and then continue next year with double this number of projects. So when we say that SOCO is a game changer, truly it is. But it's not going to be a game changer on paper if our attitude towards its implementation is not what is expected of us. You will get it. And that's due to write a project where your thesis for masters or photography. Analyze the intervention of all such projects in the past 30, 40 years and its impact in Northern Ghana. And come out with a conclusion. Either we are not being sincere to the people who claim to serve, or many people let these projects and just pocketed their monies. Other than that, with all these interventions, is that what we see in the other part of Ghana? And that is why, as the minister said, we will not let SOCO suffer that same thing. We will not let it be.
He said, on the average, the assemblies are expected to receive $400,000.
You don't say social cohesion. And that is what I want you to have in mind. That is addressing a certain threat of fragilities, violence, and conflict, and the spillover of it from the Sahel. On the average, you are getting about $400,000 produce this year. The more or the better news is that based on how we perform, we are likely to get equivalent of almost $1 million.
Now, President Akufo-Addo has eulogized former Inspector General of Police Peter Nanfuri, stating that he contributed immensely to peace and securing the country during his reign. He says Ghana owes him the recognition for the great work that he did. Interior Minister Ambrose Derry made the speech on behalf of President Akufo-Addo at Drapa, where the former IGP was laid to rest. Here's Rafiq Salam's report.
Jiriba has paused to say goodbye to his illustrious son and Inspector General of the Ghana Police Service from a more courteous time in a rare moment of national unity. His honor guards escorted former Inspector General of the Ghana Police Service, Peter Tinganeban Namfuri, as he departed for the final time in Nairobi Park, where he was ensconced as the paramount chief of Jiriba 16 years ago, with his casket draped in Ghana Police Service colors. The body of the fourth chief of Jiriba for 3 days had lied in repose at the park, with locals passing by to pay their last respect. It was a sequel to the burial mass held at the forecourt of the State House in Accra on Wednesday. The choreographed spectacle of a state funeral felt apt for a rich life encompassing the highest levels of Ghana's public service, a life that ended only 3 months ago. Arguably, there have never been such an event of such importance in the region, where invitations have been accepted with such alacrity since the funerals of Cardinal Richard Kunye Bawop at the start of the year and Emma Sarah Chinewole, mother of Supreme Court Judge Justice Yoni Kulendi, in 2020. Mind you, Sir Peter Tengenebon Namfuri was a teacher, lawyer, director of the Bureau of National Investigations, BNI, now NIB, Inspector General of the Ghana Police Service, and Paramount Chief. The list of invitations, therefore, varies all fabrics of the society that he lived and worked with. DCOP retired Augustine Janine worked as aide-de-camp and executive secretary to him when he was at the BNI and IGP respectively. Though he hails from the Asante region, but upon retirement is based in Accra, traveled over 800 kilometers to Jiriba to see the final resting place of his former boss.
The relationship of such that he became like a father and his son. So wherever he goes, everybody says, "You are father, you are father, you are father, you are father." So even when the unfortunate thing happened, I was the first person they called. So there was no way I would stay in Accra or Kumasi without coming to see him off, because I'm like a son, and all his children call me uncle.
On the front row and at the VIP days, his Minister for Interior, Ambrose Derry, representing President Akufo-Addo, sandwiched by Upper Soldier Minister Dr. Hafiz Bin Sali and IGP Dr. George Akufo-Dampare, former IGP Mohammed Al-Hassan, and wife of Speaker of Parliament Alice Ayonas Babin sat at the extreme ends of the row. Members of the opposition National Democratic Congress, NDC, whose reign he became IGP, were also present and led by the party's campaign manager of the 2020 elections, Professor Joshua Alabi, and the country's longest-serving defense minister, Alhaji Idrisu Mahama. The main celebrant of the burial mass was a peer and a schoolmate of the former IGP, Bishop Emeritus Dr. Paul Memele. Ambrose Derry then delivered the speech of the president, lacing it with his personal account of the late IGP, urging the youth to emulate his exemplary life.
Sir Peter Nafuri, former IGP, who before then was the director of BNI, contributed immensely to the peace and security at the time he held office, and that Ghana owes him the recognition for the great work that he did, and that his name in the history of Ghana will be written in gold.
It had turned emotional when the casket was to be closed. Close family members, especially his sons and daughters, wept uncontrollable and unknowingly even formed a blockade to prevent the casket.
Well, to cap off the news, To Joy Prime's Cues and Lyrics we go. Udien became the third contestant to drop the microphone, exiting the competition after 7 weeks. The remaining contestants took turns to deliver inspirational songs in a bid to escape eviction. Here are excerpts.
For your mercy never fails me.
Thank you. You're a very good performer.
Oh, how you feel about what you provide inside that home.
I have a problem with your low notes.
Together we are going to a brand new home.
There was a little bit of a struggle in when you were hitting your highs.
You still have to go back there and work.
Pray for me.
You're the best I've seen so far. Sounded like doom so.
Give me that, they go see we oh. They go follow one them go. Who's up? For countryside.
I'm disappointed.
Strength and hope, how them say you be my strength and hope.
Have you ever met Stoneboy yet?
Not yet.
I guess you have to meet him.
Cues and lyrics. Bring on the music.
Well, you should catch that Cues and Lyrics on Joy Prime. That's how we cap off the news. But stay with us. Up next, energy analyst Kojo Poku joins us for the news review.